What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have to look at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, the S&P 500 is actually on quite a bit of a win streak. I don't know if you guys have recognized or paid attention, but the markets are up about 7.5% from its bottom. When we bottomed out on, I believe this was the 16th of June, about a week and a half ago, at 3,600 points, we were down 24% in the market. You can see here from the top, we fell 24.5%, and now we're back up to about 18. Is it 18%? No way. Are we officially out of a bear market right now? Yes, we are. That's pretty incredible. That's awesome. We are officially out of the bear market. So we entered that for like a week and a half, and it's no longer here, which is definitely exciting. Now, I don't think we're going to see major explosions to the upside yet. I don't think we're going to start trending outside the major ascending fractal. We're going to have to talk more about this at the end of today's video, but there's a lot of interesting things happening right now. We're at a very interesting point here on the market, and I don't think we're out of the bear market just yet. We might actually be able to even like tweak the charts like this. We might actually be seeing different descending fractals kind of form here, and maybe like take this and scale this down. I don't know. There's some interesting things we may have to reevaluate later on today. Nah, that doesn't work. But yeah, you kind of get my gist here. But not only is the S&P swinging up at a fairly rapid rate, which is definitely exciting. It's nice to see that markets are swinging up. I think I just checked. I'm down 18% now. Originally, I was down like 23. Now I'm down 18, which is definitely good. But moving forward here, you can see the other cryptocurrencies like XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin are doing some pretty interesting things. Bitcoin specifically, we've been following what appeared to be a pretty solid descend or symmetrical triangle here that we might be able to skew a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't really work. It seems like we're just now outside of it, which is interesting. We just now popped through it. You can see here we're trending outside of it. So that's something we have to talk about later on in today's video. Ethereum, you can see it's consolidating back up, kind of hitting its top right now. It's a little bit of resistance right here, causing the markets to kind of trend downwards, but we'll see how that plays out the rest of the day. And XRP, which surprisingly broke through its descending channel here. You can see the corrections lower and lower and lower and lower, breaking through its resistance right here, which was very shocking, consolidating, and we broke through it, and we saw a big run from 34 cents up to 38. We were debating about entering along, and I said as a conservative trader, I'd like to wait till we can confirm breaking above this resistance right about 38 cents here, and then we'll buy in. So if we closed yesterday into that, I would have bought in. We didn't, and today it seems like we're getting rejected off that, which makes sense considering we had like a month and a half of resistance here. So we're going to have to talk about all of that in today's video. With that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into today's episode. Super quick, guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, as you guys know, I dropped a new video on my finance channel about 2 days ago. You can see here how to be a millionaire on a low income. Pretty interesting stuff. Definitely watch the video. It's a good video to check out, and definitely make sure to subscribe to the new channel if you haven't already. Once we hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I have an interesting video planned for this week for the finance channel in regards to the global economy and everything that's going on, because here in America, in the US, things are pretty bad. Let's just say the market's down 20%. Groceries inflation is up tenfold, but there are still other countries out there that are getting hit by this much worse than America, which I had no clue about. I thought it was just, as the media posts, you know, Ukraine and here that have it bad, but no, I was totally mistaken, and I have a really good video coming for that, so stay tuned for that. But with that being said, moving into the technical analysis here, quick refresh shows markets are still skewing lower, down 0.3%. 7-day percentage, everything's actually up 15, 20, 35%. I mean, hey, did we hit a bottom here? It seems like that's kind of what it's looking like here, that every crypto, for the most part, has hit some sort of bottom, recovering 20, 40%, 30%, 60%. It seems like that was it. And a lot of people did realize that we probably did just hit a bottom when prices fell to $17,000 below its solid support. You know, that's a big mental barrier, 20K. That's its previous all-time high. So for us to dip below its previous all-time high is not it's not good for the overall, you know, stamina within cryptocurrency. It really flushes out a lot of the weak hands that we're holding on here. And if you did, and if you managed to buy in, I think $17,000 to $20,000, even where we're at now, 21K, are great buying opportunities for long-term future holds. 100%. I mean, we're talking about extreme fear and greed on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, extreme fear right now. We're talking about the lowest points. Everybody's selling off, thinking the markets are dead, and now you bought in. You're not really missing much. I don't think crypto is going to be going much lower. And if we do, I think it's only going to be for a very short-term amount of time, and then we'll immediately be reversing out of that here. But a lot of these cryptos, you can see, specifically Bitcoin has been trading into this descending fractal that we haven't broken through. And recently we discovered some sort of symmetrical triangle here, which is creating higher lows and lower highs. So you can see the lower highs here consistently and the higher lows here, and at some point we end up right in the middle here, filling in the gap right here, and then a decision has to be made, as you guys can see. So I'm looking for that decision to be made today, and hopefully we get that. Either we're going to be breaking down or breaking up to the upside here. Markets are closed on the S&P, so I don't know if that's going to have any effect, but it's really just a waiting game. This is a super aggressive trade if you plan on doing that. As you guys know, we're trading on the 4-hour. So you're going to be in it for only a day at max. Either a big pump or a big dump is coming here. Just give it a little more of a confirmation. You could play it like, oh, if we close 4-hour below 20K, expect to see a dump. And 20K is right about here. You could do 20.5 if you wanted. That's a little more aggressive. And then maybe 22K to the upside around that level here. We'll see. But you can definitely tell that there is a symmetrical triangle forming here, and you have a pretty aggressive trade coming soon that obviously you could take advantage of on Bityard. I do have XRP pulled up here right now on Bityard. Bityard is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that's honestly all around pretty freaking awesome. It allows you to trade XRP unlike other exchanges. It allows you to trade major cryptocurrencies, as you guys can see here. You can even trade all these altcoins that they have, tons of altcoins that you can trade around with if your heart desires. So definitely make sure to check that out. If you do decide to sign up in the link in the description, make sure to click on Mystery Box for you to earn some free cryptocurrency as well as daily mine, which is awesome. But it's as simple as clicking market, typing in the amount of leverage, typing in the amount of margin, and then clicking long or short, and you're good to go. They also have a demo account, which is super cool. Allows you to trade around with Monopoly money. Keeps the website exactly the same so you can get familiar with it. 100K in Monopoly money. Test your skills. And if you're ready, then you can switch on and move on to real cryptocurrency. But that's pretty much it for these cryptos. You know, we talked about Bitcoin waiting for that confirmation break. Everything else is waiting for that too. XRP decided to trend outside its descending fractal, started to trend sideways, and then started to swing up, which was definitely a positive here. But we said we're not going to buy in until we get confirmation above resistance. Clearly rejected off that. So we'll see if we are either going to scale lower back inside the descending fractal, or if Bitcoin starts to swing up, maybe we'll buy in with expectations of a run back to the upside here. Ethereum trending inside here, very similar now to Bitcoin, which is right inside its moving average, right inside the descending fractal, right in the middle here. You can see we're literally just trending sideways in here. Same thing with Ethereum right now. So we just need to see how this plays out. Either a break above here or a break below here would be good confirmations to buy in or sell shorts. Otherwise, S&P 500 looks really good. To wrap up today's episode here, we're in an interesting spot. And I've talked about this before here. We bounced. You know, we broke below the moving average. You can see the weekly moving average here. We double bottomed on the weekly a relative strength indicator here. But the fact is we broke below the moving average, and typically it doesn't last that long. Like in 2018, when we had our major correction here, you can see the big reversal that we had in 2018 was a total of 20%. Like we just flirted with a bear market, reversed out of it. We broke below moving averages, we swung up. Last time we did that was back in 2016. We broke below moving averages, then swung right back up. You can see here, we just broke below moving averages, flirted with a bear market, and then are starting to reverse back up. We'll see if that lasts, because if we start having higher inflation, chances are we're going to head lower to about a crash, which would be very unlikely though, because we haven't seen one, or we just saw one 2 years ago. They usually don't happen that often, once every 12 years. So it's quite interesting to see that. Regardless, we have to see how these markets play out. We've like screwed up the market, if that makes sense, to a very weird point now, where you can see typically for the past like 12 years, we've been trending in this beautiful descending or ascending fractal right here, where prices typically tend to swing upwards and trend inside it. Where overbought meant we hit the top. You could see overbought over here meant we were hitting the top resistance. And oversold and overbought here. Now, we actually didn't really hit oversold that often, so this might be a bad example. But you can see we pretty much trended inside here. That's really all that needs to be said. And the fact that we managed to break through it is the odd part here. The fact that are we actually above that? I don't believe that. Are we actually trending above? No. So that's odd. It's that weekly candle, the monthly candle that's showing that we're above it. No, we're below it now. So we're trending below it here on the monthly. We'll see how we react. Are we going to close the monthly above here and trend on it? Like that's the confusing part right now. Usually these bottoms here are pretty low. The bottom during the 2020 was 43. We're only at 48. And you can see 2018 we're at the same point now. So it does show signs that we pretty much overworked ourselves. It's just weird to think, are we going to continue to trend inside the channel? I think a healthy recovery would be for us to keep inside this channel here and just kind of do something like this and then head up. Like that would look like good to me, even though we wouldn't be back to all-time highs until 2026, which I know is a long time away, like 3.5 years, but it would be a healthy recovery as if we stayed inside this and used that as a resistance to head up. Like we're extremely oversold here. Unfortunately, I feel like the markets could very well break through here and start trending above, which would be just a whole new horizon of things that we haven't typically used in the past. Like this is all over inflation. This is what was caused by money, too much money. They should have stopped printing money here. And it raised in interest rates to allow us to trend like that. But they didn't, and now we're at this weird spot. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys catch my drift here. We'll see what happens. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. See you in tomorrow's video. Peace.